Hello, Kaiko here, and welcome to the chaos. Let's go. Okay. I think Focalor is gone now, but Nouvellette might have saved everybody? And no, the thing is, it's so cool because you saw everyone dancing like on the stage, but to these guys, nothing happened because all of that happened in the mindscapes. What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out? Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened. But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us. It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast. But didn't you just say a moment ago that it can't be defeated? I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it, though through certain means. I now have the ability to separate the power of the primordial sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. You obtained power just now? Kaiko, now the Oratrice can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. You mean me? The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast enacts a prophecy. Its name is the All-Devouring Narwhal. Come with me, traveller, the hour of execution has come. Okay, meat is pronounced like meat, okay. Did I say met? Okay. Let's go meet justice, I guess. Ooh, giant narwhal. Is this the narwhal boss? I hate the narwhal boss. Ah, such a terrible boss. I'm so bad at fighting it. Oh, we're going to execute it, but how are we going to do that? It's huge. I have already done my best to separate the power of the primordial sea from the well, but considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach that power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within, I shall share part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall look for an opening together. Okay, is that why the whale eats us? Is that all part of Nouvellette's plan? I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility. Good thing the tiny team can defeat the narwhal, because I was not prepared to fight the narwhal. The All-Devouring Narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour, continue to trigger its hostility, and a chance will present itself. Oh, because it is called the All-Devouring Narwhal. I see. That's why. I see. We're using that to get inside. Is this called a visitor from the far side of the sea and stars? Ah, we're about to be eaten. Indeed we are. Indeed we are. Okay, tiny team, you got this. I thought Nouvellette was supposed to be helping us. Why is there a hole looking thingy over there? It looks really scary. And there's a guy in here too. Has no one questioned the man? You questioned the hole, but you didn't question the man? Where are we though? This does not look like the inside of a narwhal, so like where are we? I've granted you my protection, do not fear, seize the moment, and use my power to suppress the root from within. I failed. Oh, okay, that was fine. Ooh, that's not good. This is fine. Go on, Seedween. This is gonna take forever. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. I really don't think Tiny Team is the best team to bring into this narwhal place. Because also, I only have Seedween, who may or may not do a Nuisa, Pneumocea, you know, whatever that thing is called. I don't know if she does the attack. It's like she may or may not. And she's the only one that can. Oh, that's fine. think she did. Okay. Oh, great. Where are we now? Oh, cutscene. Did she just yeet, child? She just threw the novel like a ball and then threw him after. What was that? Oh, Chotapes, you're off. Okay, I hope you have a good evening, and hopefully you have a good week next week. And I will see you on Wednesday. Bye. Okay, thanks for helping me with the cleanup. It should be my job, but oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would stop bawling in the meantime. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder. I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance. Disciple? Your master's pet? That power, who are you exactly? Paimon has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk, right? It's just that he gave us the impression that she was a less talkative person. I simply did not have anything to say to the weak, but you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the All-Devouring Narwhal without using power from beyond this world. So you may speak to me as equals. What sort of person would take the All-Devouring Narwhal as a pet? I have to agree, it's a strange use of the planet's primordial waters just to raise an All-Devouring Narwhal. The kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative, it eats too much, and I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet. Miss Skirk, I think you might have missed the point. The point being? Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, Child's master's master, is that right? Ah, right, so you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you did. His name is Sasalogi. I've definitely said that wrong. Who? Huh? I'm unfamiliar with that name. Ah, so Master is insufficiently famous. How should I describe him? Then have you heard of the name The Fowl? The Fowl? So nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Verdfulneren or Gold Rittendor? Rittendotter? Oh, that one we've heard. Ryandotter is part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mum, right? Ah, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard of all those names and titles from my master. I don't actually know them either. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rittendor. They are both pursuing some form of perfection. Wait, didn't you also mention a visionary person? Paimon didn't quite catch their name. Actually, never mind that. I believe it's expedient to inform you that the All-Devouring Narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the Fontanian back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you have been fretting over should now be in full swing. What? No, there's little to be surprised about, Paimon. It is natural after all, the prophecy will surely come true. We knew this and accepted it. However, not to worry, Fossil's has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
initiate emergency rescue. Hurry! Hey, lend a hand! Look! The water's receding! It's a miracle! We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Are you right?
Yeah.
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, and we got to see the massive ship actually came into play. I was like, what are they going to do with the massive ship that Wriothesley is building? Well, it looks like they use it to save people by like it was like a claw machine, picking them out of the water. Yeah, I think everyone was okay. Well, actually, I don't know how long they were underwater, but no one seems to have drowned. That didn't seem to be a big worry. So renewed, the Spina Rosala talks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Spina Rosala, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future. Old soil can still give birth to a new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it. Skyship Winglet, Boon or Bane at the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have recently suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Jurio turning out to be a once overlooked hidden gem. People always called the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second, and should that latter person achieve a miracle, they should find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team. Wow, Hamon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurio and Navia? They sound like real big shots. They might have been real big shots from the start, we just didn't meet them in that capacity. What do you think? Pretty enthralling, right? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed to the margins with good news to calm people down. The value for these big scoops lies in the inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind these people. Edwin's assistant Jurio created a true flying ship, while Navi is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that those stories could draw even your well-traveled eye. The articles do make me curious about how things will play out. I was curious too. Wait a minute, didn't we watch everything happen from start to finish? What's there to be curious about? And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct some interviews with me. You're the best incubators of news, if you haven't noticed, and also with you around, I'm sure I'll get to see that Duke. Are you sure? Hasn't he turned you down several times already? Oh, this time will be different. Come on, let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress. There are some things you'll only know when you get there. Okay. Do you say anything different? Check the durability of the bearings. Who are you? I'm a patrolling guards member. More precisely, I accompany the guard mech on patrol. Okay, this is unrelated. Nope, that's just a dog. Okay, no, this is just a random lady. This is unrelated to the quest. Okay, where are we going? Are we going to Poisson? Oh, see? It's a side that I've done all the interesting stuff in the Arkham quest. It's telling me to go and do the Mondstadt one. But I've not done the Fontaine one. You could wait just a little bit before you decide to switch focus. Come on. But wow. I guess that's... They also recovered quite quickly. Fontaine looks surprisingly underwater. I wasn't sure what I expected, but I actually didn't expect it to be fully, like, fully submerged like that. I wasn't expecting the water to be all the way to the roof. His friend stays, I'm planning to go to Poisson, please come back. What? No, but it's fine. We fixed the problem. We don't need to worry about it anymore. But yeah, that was exciting. And Farina is free now. She genuinely didn't know what was going on. She left and suddenly there was water. No, suddenly everyone was okay and she was smiling and she looked so happy. Navia. Oh, it's you. What brings you all here? Hey, we're just having a look around. I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Oh, the Fituvi are here too. Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Genshin. He represented the Nave in sending us a large amount of supplies and is helping with our work. Our residents are hard at work as well, thanks to everyone's work. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward. That will have to be enough. Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like the article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as Vina. I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as a friendly neighbours? That'll be fine, thanks. Oh, you're back too. How are things? We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there. Huh? You're here too, Clorand? Well, her reputation's greatly risen after the whole duel business with Miss Farina, so she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. Alright, she really came here to help me out. There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Sphina has need of more decision makers, and, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis. Wait just a moment, do you mind me asking a few questions? You know about how you felt before the duel, about how it was like facing down a god? There's a lot of exciting material there, I bet. Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte. I see, you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favour for Navia's sake? Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me or of Kaiko. It's better than wasting time persuading Clorand at any rate. Of course I will. I'm not going to let her off that easy. Alright, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up and smile. How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Pamela look cute in it? Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. Alright, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. So that takes more photos of Poisson to the clicking of shutters, and also does some rapid fire resident interviews. Alright, that should do it. I'll be back here later. Anyway, so let's call it a day. You're very quick. Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows, I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Clorand. Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed. I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede. You really knew she was going? Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess too. I asked Sigewinne, who told Monsieur Neuvillette, and he told you, right? That's a very complete information chain. In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was when did the Fortress become so friendly towards the media. I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee Wriothesley would make a personal appearance. You're right, I've got to treasure every moment I have with them, in which case I'll be making a move first. Stay safe now, and tell me if you hear anything interesting. I'll treat you to afternoon tea in exchange. You seem curious about the fortress. Of course. That Wriothesley. I still remember going down to the fortress to grill him for information on my father's case. Boy, did he take me for a ride without telling me anything, of course. He did invite you to tea, didn't he? 2 large pots of it, in fact. It was good tea, though. I have to agree, the tea there is very good. Speaking of that, would you like to have some today? I mean, you've got time, right? I'll be partial to some shortbread. Wow, it's like we've got a menu or something. Sure. Good. What flavour of biscuits would you like, Mr. Schnezdovich? Me? I'm fine with anything, but I would prefer chocolate should you have it. Alright, leave it to me. I'll go over to the newly arrived supplies with you later, Mr. Schnezdovich. We should be able to finish the preparatory work today. That works great for me. Huh? Is it just me, or did you get a new lipstick? I did. It was a gift from Sigewinne. Want to give it a try? I think the colour would suit you too. Okay, I did enjoy for a good part of this man was just going like this. He was just like looking between the two. He was like, you could just see him like his eyes tracking Navia Clorand. Okay, well while that's doing that, let's go to the fortress and talk to Wrightsley, possibly with Charlotte. I'm not entirely sure if she's managed to successfully get that interview or not. But we'll have to go and see. Because I think we are literally just wrapping it all up. Which is very exciting. Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place. Looks like you've been missing us. Duke, did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us? Of course, I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom our good head nurse recommended to me. It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit to the fortress, sir. No need to thank me, but that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement. Of course, of course. Alright then, this way. He looks quite stressed. She also doesn't look particularly happy. Hey, you don't need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird? It would seem that Miss Laverne doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurio, So please do not say things like that. Ah, but it looks like my dear Mr. Jurio denies it. Might this interview be very important to you then? No, this is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for... Now I might not look it, but I did actually meet Mr. Edwin once, and I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreated a myth back there, like in a mystery of legend. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now? Huh? Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop. I have to apologise, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it. Really? Then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss? She really does know how to squeeze opportunities for all they're worth. You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead, or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers. Do you really have to use the word couple? Well then, 2 pseudo photos will do. Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look. Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this kind of thing before. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with? Ah, Siegeween. Oh, hey Miss Charlotte, why don't you take some pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Siegeween, over this way. Let's find a brighter spot. Oh, sure. Do I have to smile? So how have things been at the fortress? Same old, as you can see, Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same. Other than the flying ship, I got a tad too much attention, I think. That's why I decided to let the interviews go through. We should direct more public opinions towards the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurio, Miss Laverne? You're too kind, sir. I believe you two should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity. I'll just leave the spotlight to you two. You walk with Wrightsley for a while and share news from above ground with him. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return. He sure did win them over, huh? I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being their boss seems fine, the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape. Oh, Ashley, what about you? Are things going to change for you too? What change can there be? The fortress will keep plugging along, and so will my duties. As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld. Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done. Good, in that case, let's call it a day here. Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Kaiko, let's go. Till next time, everyone. There'll be a next time. Maybe, who knows, I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then. Alright, last stop, the docks. I'd love to see you in one of Charlotte's photo shoots one day. Is that really necessary? Our line of work doesn't really require much photographing. It's precisely because we don't need the pictures that they'll have value as keepsakes. You don't really look all that opposed to the idea, you know? Maybe I'm just happy that I managed to once again avoid the spotlight. I think this interview went well, either way. Yes, he successfully kept prying eyes away by using Mr. Jurio and Miss Laverne as shields. Very good. You should be happy for them. They have a bright future ahead of them. Oh, she doesn't like that nonsense. Anyway, what are you two up to? Here are the interview notes. They mentioned the flying ship may have many uses in the future, and the journalist asked me what I thought of them. Seriously, how would I know anything about that? Flight is just flight. Whether people want to use a flying ship to broadcast good news or organise weddings is none of my beeswax. A wedding, huh? Wait, are they a couple? I can't tell. He looks shocked and she is going like, oh. Why are you looking at me like that? So the flying ship can be used for weddings? I didn't say that. The journalist mentioned it, and what does that have to do with us anyway? True, what does that have to do with us? I actually don't know if they're a couple or not. And if they aren't, like, if one of them is pining, because it's sort of sad. I got the impression that he was, and she was like, I do not want to be associated with this man. But just now, she is the one who was making jokes about weddings. So I don't know. Could be anything, really. Could be anything. Anyway, let us continue on. We're going to the docks, apparently. Which docks? Oh, the very entrance of Fontaine. Okay. Okay, interesting. We gotta go downstairs as well. Okay. Okay, well, the quickest way to get downstairs is just to jump off the edge. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay, don't go splat. There we go. Perfect. Oh, this is where Linny and Lynette are. And Fremine. Hi, Mazizem. They really are here. How did you know? Navi mentioned she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since. Here go Paimon. Ah, I miss Charlotte too. Would you like a magic pocket? What sort of gadget is it? It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend into doing it for you. Trick a friend? Huh? I wonder which of my friends would fall for that. Not us. You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine? Is this what you meant by I'll help you make some more friends? To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please? Sure. Please write down my address. Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine socialize. He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows. I thought that would suit him. Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pers as an assistant and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too. That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater? Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually. Lynette, could you come over here? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us. Got it. That Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, how are things been, Kaiko? I'm doing alright. Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. He's very grateful for your contributions to Fontaine. Oh, that's alright. We are more than happy to help. So what's she doing now? Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Well, after Frida left, Father and Monsieur Nouvelle opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift. Oh, a diplomatic gift? A gnosis? I didn't think that would work anymore, considering there's no divine power anymore. Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself, but when I thought it over, there was actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the All-Devouring Narwhal down. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson. Well, that's true, but this is the gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't it seem a bit irresponsible? I would agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Monsieur Nouvelle has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter. Huh? There's some reason for that only Nouvelle knows about? I expect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Ah yes, speaking of which, I did see him strolling around the entrance of the Fortress of Meripede a while back. Huh? Isn't he really busy and stuff? Herman didn't think he'd have time for that. Back to the topic, the gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child? They say he's returned to Snezhna to recover from his wounds. I hear the recent disaster really did a number on his health. Well, I guess I can now call him one of my war buddies. That's true. When you think about it, we've had a lot of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time. I'm shocked by such a simple switching of sides. Yes. Wahoo! Mabakino. Father! Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveller by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind. I would have done them regardless. Are you going to take the Gnosis back to Snezhna? That is our duty as harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks. Switching my mask is something I've always done. Will you keep to your position? That depends on many things. No one knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. Ashley, I should remember something. Please help us deliver this. A vision. Alright, I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time. And that's a wrap for me. Huh? Your... Greetings, Miss Journalist. Hello, if I'm not mistaken, these are their diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you. That is correct, so forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent. I will. The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell. Farewell, Father. She's such an intimidating presence, I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all of my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all, this will be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure. Don't be too nervous, why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Kaiko and Paimon, you take one too. To move things about? That's right, funny I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too, and what do you know, I'm doing the exact same thing right now. So many things have happened, but the pockets are still the pockets. I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths, and serendipity will lead you to your fated friends. Alright then, we'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two. We don't need a magic pocket, we have an inventory. Well, I guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see how Nivelette's doing? As long as he's not too busy, he doesn't have time for a chat anyway. But yeah, we have our inventory. Is our inventory not basically a magic pocket? Like, we don't need a magic pocket. I hope we didn't take one. We really don't need one. Anyway, let's go and see Nivelette. Also, why has it stopped tracking this quest? Let me just... There we go. Well, anyway. Interesting. Yeah. Does no one else... Does stuff do that? Because if everyone else needs magic pockets... We must be quite special. I mean, I know we are, but, you know. Anyway, let me do this, because it's been a while. We've only got enough for one more level? I really thought we'd get at least 2. But okay, this is fine. What did we get? Oh, okay. Ooh, that'll be fun. Okay. Cool. Let us carry on then. We gotta go just back here. See Monsieur Nivelette. I wonder if he'll tell us the Gnosis is empty. Enter the fortress. Oh, he really is there. That was so rude. Are you kidding me? I was there, and the game did a little cutscene, and it doomed Yao yet. Now, can I climb up there? Because I don't want to have to run back over here and like teleport back to where I already was. That was so rude. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, we've made it up here. Can we now climb onto the bridge? I hope so. Gotta wait for my stamina to replenish. Because it has not. Okay, phew. Okay, well, we gotta not do that again. This is a very dangerous bridge. They didn't put any railings on it. This is a hazard. A very big hazard. Ooh, what's down there? Okay, no, that's just a big pit. So you really are here, Nivelette. Paimon didn't think we were going to have free time this hour of the day. Really? Ah, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linley. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before. Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually safe? That whole business is still quite the mystery to us. It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud. Yvette sighed softly before telling you the truth concerning what he saw that day. Focalors deceived the heavenly principles and used Freena's endless performance to save Fontaine. Wow, so what happened? So that's what happened. I only saw Freena's part myself. Focalors destroyed the divine throne of the Hydra Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign. But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontainians from dissolving. To me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the Hydra element. Fontainians were incomplete humans born with gregarious use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as these primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontainians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea. Focalors must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone. You could say it was at that moment that the Fontainians were finally truly born. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Focalors finally managed to fulfill the original Hydra Archon's wish to turn the Oceanids into real people too. It seems from your expressions that you still have more things that you wish to ask. Ask away, I will tell you the truth as I know it. Okay, about the initial verdict that was passed on Child. I've investigated his case along many avenues, and I've learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he awakened the All-Devouring Narwhal. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As the judgment passed the Eretries during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association or Focalors deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say. Yes, Focalors had Fontainians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans. Hang on a sec, Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontainians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids? Life is always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontainians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children? Oh. Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge. In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom, but instead a form of ritual. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months. Paimon sort of gets it now. Either way, seems like this ritual won't be of any further use, but it'll probably live on as a local custom. Ask away. Okay. Wait. What did that say? So it said... Ah, okay. So I guess they really did wish for children and it kind of worked? In a very literal sense? Okay, about Fontaine's future. Yeah, about that. Risey said Freena had already left. What's that all about? Ah, Lady Freena. People are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydra Archon and left affairs related to that title to me before leaving the Opera House. I related Focalors' words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither sad nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House, not unlike how an ordinary person might. But she's still got a place to stay, right? You need not worry, I will make arrangements to ensure she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will of course take time to heal. But now she no longer has to play the role of Focalors, the Hydra Archon. She can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life. What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydra Dragon? After Focalors passed on, the Eretries also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself. Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Eudex, huh? As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things I must do, but this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both are granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydra Sovereign and the duty of the Eudex shall coexist within my person. Additionally, the Hydra Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce Indimentium. That's true, the power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydra Archon, wasn't it? Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from? As I am now, I have fully command over Nemosia, and and it can serve as a complete substitute, another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately. Wow, this ancient dragon authority stuff is really quite useful, huh? Ask away. Oh, yeah. Okay. About Fontaine's gnosis. Oh, that's right. They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something. Leaving aside their intentionality, the 2 for 2 harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis. The sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the gnosis. Iratrice has ceased to function, the Hydra Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the gnosis' power. As such, it has lots of meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now and avoid unnecessary conflict. Ah, what complicated considerations. Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child. Okay. About the next step on my journey. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume? I'm afraid I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons. A nation of dragons? You mean like you? No, I expect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity. Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages these lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the knave that I believe may be useful to you. The harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war. The Captain sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you look, there's a Fatui harbinger doing their thing. I suggest you truly prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you. Well, we've already obviously done Natlan, so that one was a bit unnecessary, but I do like the little interludes. Okay. I have no more questions. Hang on a sec, Paimon still got a question about the Gnosis. When we spoke to Danny earlier, he mentioned your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be reason for it. There might be some reason for it that only you were aware of. The one at the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you. What is it? In truth, I exchanged some further words with a lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this. Thank you for my extremely reminder, Mr. Pyro. Thank you. Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, alright, Nicolette? Whoa! What next? The All-Devouring Narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again? I do not know what you speak of. Of course, how could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes? Remains? I've never heard of any such thing. According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis. Well, that much is true. After Fosil's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard it described in the manner that you just did. I've been training with my master, the Fowl, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since, so most of the information I possess I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live is in itself a blessing, but once a person dies, the ones he once had with this world shall all turn to curses. What do you mean by that? No need to fret, these are just my personal thoughts, and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface. This third descender you refer to, who are they, and when did they die? Master never mentioned that to me, perhaps it wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time. Next time? You believe we'll meet again? I do. Wait, I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then. Okay, the third descender. Interesting. Aren't we the fourth descender? That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you. The remains of the third descender? So that's what the gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought that they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains? All the same, assuming that there were no misunderstandings or special metaphors at play, this is what she meant to say. And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should chuck it, which is why you gave her to the Fatui. If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here. A descender, she mentioned one of them. I'm the fourth descender. For me, this information means two things. One, that no seizures are related to descenders, and two, that the one who came before me has already died. I guess that you might already be familiar with the concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that no seizures, which are significantly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties? Like being able to use elemental powers of the vision, that does sort of count as a special compatibility, right? No, let's not think about this stuff right now, it just feels creepy. Comparing Kaiko to the dead third descender and all. Don't worry, I won't die so easily. That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Chad recovers, let's go get some answers out of him, or go look for his master and get the answers that way. I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking, the same is true of being at court. Alright, whatever the case, it seems that the crisis here in Fontaine is over for now. Yes, all of Focusal's efforts were for this moment as well. But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as human. Was that really what she wanted? I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will. Can you understand the will of the gods? I suspect not, but once in a while I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what ultimately is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us? I think we've done it. Very well timed as well. Very well timed. Yvette. These are your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away, I'll tell you the truth as I know it. Okay, these are the same four things. Veteran child, Fontaine's future, Fontaine's gnosis, about the next step in journey. Oh, I understand now. He was saying that the child awoke in the narwhal, so in a way, he was responsible for the deaths because that's what triggered the primordial sea. I see. Could be. Okay, I think that's done. Yeah, look, we've unlocked all of the story quests now. Except these two. Okay, they need Farina's one to be done first. But yeah, okay. Okay. Ow. Okay, let me see. Was there anything else I wanted to see? What do I think about this Archon quest? I thought it was very good. Okay, Archon quest recap time. So, I've been saying this for a while, and I always forget, but like, these Archon quests, this game started a very happy little game, you know, pretty chill, and it's been descending into more and more extreme scenarios every nation. And we're getting into some actually quite interesting, like, social questions. Because, like, you start with Venti. Venti is just chilling in Mondstadt. Venti doesn't really care. And there's a dragon. You're fighting a dragon. That's, you know, a pretty normal thing. You're fighting a dragon, and the Abyss is trying to get you. This is a pretty, you know, standard game quest. And all is well. And then Signora comes and freaking steals the Gnosis directly out of his chest. It's just gone now. And that's when we hit this, like, oh, okay, what's going on? Venti had no control of this. Then you get to number 2. The whole plot is like, oh no, someone murdered the Geo Archon, and you're spending the whole time, like, trying to solve this whole thing. And, you know, and then you find out that Zhongli faked his own death, and there were some other gods involved, and, like, again, the Fatui there trying to steal a Gnosis. And then you find out the whole thing was, like, a ruse, and, you know, and he handed it away. He made a deal, and he handed it away willingly. And you're like, okay. But, okay, so far, so good. Then you get to Nazima, and you're like, okay, I guess I'm in a revolution now. We're fighting the Archon in, like, a civil war. Again, we've ramped it up again. We find out, like, yeah, we're just civil war. We're part of the resistance. That's, like, the whole thing. And also, their Gnosis, they don't really seem to care. They just kind of gave that away quite chilly. So I don't know what's going on with these. Then you get to Sumeru. So, you know, we've gone from, like, very happy, chill fighting a dragon to, like, the concept of gods getting weary and tired and needing to retire to civil war. And then we get to Sumeru. And the whole thing is that Nahida got like imprisoned by her people because they decided she was too weak. The whole thing, you know, they've been like stealing her power and using it this whole time. Like, it's all about political corruption, basically, and like, what would you call it? Like, I don't know, like racism? I'm not sure if it's racism, but you know, the people in the desert are treated horribly compared to the people in the forests. Like, what is going on here? Inequality. It's all about like inequality. And again, Nahida gives away her gnosis after like bargaining for it, and she's getting other information. And you find out like the world tree exists, and there's all this other lore about like, I don't know, our sibling not being a descender. So you know, we've gone from like fighting a dragon, gods needing to retire, civil war, about resistance, to like political corruption and, you know, fighting social inequality. And then we get to Fontaine. There's a prophecy. We're fighting fate this time. Farina was lying the whole time. Well, not lying the whole time. Being like a human this whole time. And you've got like Neuvillette being a dragon that we didn't even really know was going on in this whole time. Like, it just kind of happened. And now there just is no Hydra Archon anymore. Neuvillette is the all-powerful. They gave away his gnosis, but I don't know what that means, because the gnosis is supposed to be like the Archon's power, but there's no Archon anymore, so does the gnosis even do anything? Is it just an empty shell? I don't know. But he gave that one away because somebody warned him it would bring misfortune. He's like, hey, bye. Let me chuck that one away. Prophecy. So many people died. And then you get to Natlan, where it's again fighting against the Abyss for forever. You find out that the whole existence of Natlan's Archon, they're humans because the very first Archon made a deal with the like Shade of Death, and that's how they can resurrect. And so like the whole thing so dodgy. And then like the very ending, they didn't even get the gnosis because Capitano sacrificed himself to create a deathly paradox to cheat the ruler of death. Everything is just going, yeah. And I forgot, Rhea Davidson deleted herself from memory. That is also a thing that happened. Like, it's just getting more and more extreme. And I know that there's all these things about Celestia being bad. I'm pretty sure Celestia's pretty bad. Like, I mean, Venti kind of just ignored her. Zhongli, I don't know what Zhongli was doing. I'm not really sure. And then, like, they're all defying Celestia in their own ways. Because Venti just does not care. He's doing his own thing. Zhongli, I'm pretty sure he's not supposed to retire. But I don't think he did anything too extreme. And then, you know, Inazuma, I think A was probably not supposed to like forsake her body and just ignore everything, but you know, quiet rebellion. And then whatever's going on in Subaru, like I don't think they did it on purpose, but they're finding out all the stuff. And then Fontaine, it was a whole elaborate ruse this entire time. And Natlan, they've been doing it from day one. Yeah. So yeah, Monster was like introduction. Yeah, pretty much. Zhongli just chilling and drinking tea. Yeah, pretty much. But then you had all the little things where you don't think about, like, Haravia in the Salt Lady, who accidentally murdered, like, all of her people in Salt. And yeah, Davidson deleted herself from memory. That is a thing. That opened that up as a possibility. Didn't even know that was a thing you could do. And yeah, Fontaine, there was a lot of, there was indeed a serial killer. And it was all about, like, the drug trade. And also the Fatui have been getting more and more friendly. Like, you know, Capitano and the Knave, so far, not too bad. Signora, though, terrible. And Child, I don't really know. We've just been chilling with this man this entire time. He's kind of been our buddy. Kind of not been our buddy. Yeah, the Tori doing his experiments. That's the thing. It's just getting more and more extreme and more like, oh, I thought this was supposed to be a fun little adventuring game. And now you've hit me with the moral... the moral dilemmas of what's going on, and like the absurdity, the whole thing, just insane. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you'd like to see me play live, then check out my Twitch channel. You can find me on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 PM GMT. Thanks again, and have a great day.